I guess if you want to go ahead and get started, if any other students do continue to arrive, I'll just add them into the room. And then just for the students who are here, just so you know, this is being recorded. You're more than welcome to come off and show your videos if you want, but just know that we are recording it, so you would be recorded as well. And if you do have any questions, feel free to go ahead and message it in the chat, and either I'll direct those questions to our presenter, or I could follow up with you in response. So thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello, welcome from Amsterdam. I'm sorry I'm not sitting in front of a canal right now. However, it's really dark here and you would not be able to see the canal even if I were sitting in front of one. It's actually 9 o'clock here. We're about 6 hours ahead, but I'm so happy to talk to you about our high school programs and what we have offered here. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Amsterdam and the 2 programs that we have. Hopefully you'll be able to connect with some fellow travelers. What I am going to ask you to do, if you want, it would be really helpful for me to know which program that you're interested in learning about, or what program you're interested or why you're here today. So if you can put either SC for Smart Cities and Sustainable Innovations, or WG for World Governance next to your name, if possible, that would be great. World Government, wonderful. Allison, you're World Government. That really would be great, so I can get a sense of what you're here to hear about today. Sustainable cities, awesome, Wyatt. Welcome everyone, welcome. Okay, so we can go to the next slide. So hi, I'm from the Netherlands, as I said before. Well, I'm originally from New York, so that's why you hear it American speaking. But my name is Tamisha Balknight. I work at the CIE Amsterdam. I've been here since last April. I was the World Government program coordinator. I had 3 sessions last year where we had students come from all over the United States and we welcomed them into Amsterdam. This year we have 2 separate programs running again this year. We have Inside World Governance, which we have changed the title, and we have Sustainable Cities, which we'll talk a little bit about later on. So top reasons to go to the Netherlands. Almost everyone speaks English here. It's #1 in English language proficiency in Europe. Pretty much everyone speaks English. You will not have any problems communicating with any of the locals. There's a great enriching and rich food culture here. There's food from all over, from multiple different cultures and all over the world. My favorite is Indonesian food that is here. That's very present in this community. Also Surinamese food is amazing. The Netherlands is also the 5th happiest country in the world. So a lot of people are walking around very, very happy. And it's just a really great place to be and to be a part of. Also, it's a leader in progressive social policy initiatives. So we were one of the first to legalize gay marriage. Also, we're one of the founding members of the European Union. The Netherlands has adopted a national smart city strategy in 2017. So all the cities are working together in order to make sure that there's a reduction in their carbon input. The Netherlands is also home to key European institutions such as the International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice. Also, we're in great proximity to Brussels, and that's like where the European Union is housed. And also it's really important to note that in terms of liberal and progressive policies, in Amsterdam, gas and diesel cars will be banned from the city center beginning in 2030. So anything that emits fuel, including motorbikes, will be banned from the city center. Okay, we can go next slide. Another thing about Amsterdam, like I said before, everyone is welcome here and English is spoken by everyone. It's very easy to navigate. The Netherlands is very flat, so you can easily walk, you could bike, you can use public transportation to get around. I often like to just walk it because it's just a beautiful city. We're considered the Venice of the North, even though Amsterdam has more canals than Venice. We have about 160 canals just in the city of Amsterdam, and there's canal boats often just all around the city. People can rent a boat by themselves and just see the city from the water, which is one of my favorite things to do. Rich food culture, as I mentioned before, abundance of museums. We have the Anne Frank House, we have the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum. It's not Van Gogh, it's Van Gogh, Rembrandt, and many, many more types of museums here. So, and one of the things is when you come here, we will take you to all the museums. So you will definitely get a lot of museums, not all of the museums, that would be impossible, but you will definitely get your full of museums while you're in the Netherlands. But Amsterdam is the capital. So when you think of a capital, you think of it being very busy, not so nice, but it's very gezellig, as we say. It's very cozy, nice atmosphere. There's small stores everywhere. There's parks everywhere. Definitely, you can just, there's bikers, there's just crisscrossing all around the city. And it's just a really great, welcoming city to be in. As I mentioned earlier, there's two program options. There's the innovations of smart and circular cities in the Netherlands, and there's also the Inside World Governance program. Inside World Governance was called World Government last year program, so that's the title has been changed to Inside World Governance, and the innovations of smart and circular cities in the Netherlands. That is something, that's a new program that's just recently been added. Okay. So what should you expect in a summer abroad program? So a typical week at a summer abroad program at one of CIEE's summer abroad program would include 15 hours of interactive classes with CIEE instructors. So usually how the day is structured is that you wake up in the morning, you have breakfast at the hostel. So usually there's like a buffet of breakfast that you choose amongst many different options. It could be vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options in the morning. And then you walk or take the tram to class. The walk would be about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, depending how quickly you're walking. The tram will be about 8-minute tram walk, and you would take the class from 9:30 to 12:30 with the instructor. We will then take you to lunch, where you would have lunch at the University of Amsterdam's campus. They have a canteen there where all the students go to eat. There's multiple different options, vegan, vegetarian, what have you. And after class, you either will have a functional Dutch language class for 2 hours of Dutch, where you meet with a Dutch instructor and she teaches you sort of how to get around the city. But again, you don't really need Dutch when you're in the Netherlands because everyone speaks English, but it's also good just to know when you're in the supermarket or when you're in a cafe, just how to place an order in Dutch. That always is, a lot of students like to do that. Often in your classes with your instructor in the morning, you'll have a lecture, someone come in to talk to you about whatever topic you have learned that day. We often take our students to site visits to local organizations. And of course, there's daily cultural activities. We do tours and excursions, and we also give students some free time to explore and have fun. So it's not like we completely pack your day. We do pack your day, especially in the first 2 weeks, but we know that, you do want some time to explore the city with your friends. So we do put that in the schedule to make sure that you have that time. And often at the end of the day, students come back to the hostel where they have dinner, and they either, hang out with friends, they complete whatever assignments they have from class earlier. And they might hang out with some local peers, either at the hostel or with their other participants at the program. So that's a typical day at the summer abroad program. Okay. So why you will love learning about innovations of smart and circular cities. So this program was created by someone that has a degree in urban planning. she created the program in order to help students learn about what a smart and circular city looks like. And so using Amsterdam as a test case, students who join this program will explore smart mobility, smart cities, and circular economies. So looking at how one can get around by using electric means. So whether it's electric cars, electric bikes, what is around the production of that, what is the smart city, how one sort of uses technology in order to build an infrastructure of the city so that the city decreases its carbon footprint, and also what is a circular economy? How do we create these economies that we are able to reuse and recycle materials, and again, decreasing our impact on the environment? So this is what this program is about, and teaching our students from both a sort of urban planning perspective, but also giving them experience with engineers and also with architects, which is so it is social, it is social change, but it also has a huge STEM component as well. So in this program, you will investigate the City of Amsterdam sustainability initiatives, evaluate how a city can decrease its impact on climate change by using technology and also adapting. We will provide students with exclusive tours of different organizations and companies and government institutions that are really playing a role in making sure that they make a difference in urban planning. Students will have visits to smart farms, street experiments, water management facilities, architectural studios, or even a planned city. So there's a city in the Netherlands called Almere. And in Almere, there's a section of Almere which was planned in order to decrease this section of the city's impact on the environment. And actually the architects who created this part of the city still live there. And students will be able to go and meet with these architects and see the homes that were created in that area. And last but not least, which I find to be really interesting, is that students will be able to meet with a climate crimes detective. So there's a detective that's hired by the Dutch government that goes around and investigates companies that may or may not be having a negative impact on the environment. So seeing whether or not they are following the rules that the Netherlands has put into place in order to decrease its impact on the environment, and the detective goes out and investigate those companies. So students will be able to actually meet with that climate crimes detective. So I find that to be really interesting and actually really exciting. Okay. Why Amsterdam is the ideal location to learn about the inside world governance. So the Netherlands is long history, is a leader in the formation of the European country. It's one of, I believe, 6 countries that started the European Union. It's home to many vital international organizations, including the High Commissioner for Refugees. Amnesty International also has headquarters here. Great connection to official institutions such as the International Peace Palace in The Hague and the European Union. We're very closely located to Brussels. Last summer, we were able to go to Brussels for our overnight trip, and we met with employees at the European Union. They took us inside the European Union. We were able to see the chamber. We also met with someone in the United Nations, and we had a really great meeting with them. And there's many political topics to discuss in different types of settings here. We will take you inside political institutions, as I said before. You will have conversations with even local lawmakers. So last time we had students meet with an Amsterdam lawmaker, like a local lawmaker, and that students found that conversation to be very powerful. Okay. So types of daily excursions and activities that you might experience in the Netherlands. So we like to take our students to a Dutch cooking class. So sort of learn how to make stamppot. I think one of the pictures on the right kind of showing you what that might look like. With stamppot is just mashed, sort of mashed potatoes that's mashed with vegetables and served with like either a meatball or just vegetables if you're vegetarian. There's also different museum visits. As I said, we've taken students to the Van Gogh Museum, we've taken them to the Rijksmuseum. There's Zanteschans, which was a really fun time, fun place to go. It's an older village that has all the windmills there, and we spend a day there and we eat panacoca or pancakes. While we're just exploring the windmills, you can go inside the windmills, you could take boat rides that are nearby, and really just, and there's also a biscuit factory where you actually can taste like the biscuits or cookies, very nice. Students also will have city tours, take canal rides, there'll be biking and excursions outside of the city. So we do, like I said, an overnight. If it's the Inside World Governance program, you will have your overnight in Brussels, so you get to see Brussels. If it's the Sustainable Cities, the overnight will be either in Rotterdam or Eindhoven. So both are huge leaders in sustainable cities, smart mobility, circular economy. So this would be, both cities will just be great for overnights. And again, all activities, all excursions, we try to tie that into what you learned in class. So we try to make that relevant to what you're learning. Okay. So hostels. So there'll be two options for hostels: Stay Okay or the Generator, which is in Ooster Park. I think this is a picture from the Generator. So when you are at your hostel, you share a room with participants. We have anywhere between 4 to 6 individuals in a room. These are huge rooms. You have your own space. The beds have, I actually went to the Generator today to check it out. And I was like, I wish I was in this program because I would have loved to stay here as a high school student. But you're able to stay in this room, and you have your own space. Each bed comes with a locker. I would say if you're coming, to make sure you bring a lock, just to lock up your stuff. But you can bring a lock, but the room is safe because it's only you and the participants in the room, and you will only have the key to the room. But yeah, you can stay in this room with your friends. There's your own bathroom, there's a toilet, a separate toilet, and it's a really nice environment. And like we said, there's a breakfast buffet, there's a dinner buffet. Also, there's Wi-Fi, open lounge areas, table soccer, different games and activities to do while you're at the hostel. So, and also the hostel is very close to where the CIE Amsterdam Center is, and also where you'll be taking your classes. Okay. For those who are wondering, COVID-19 and what the COVID-19 and current situations, conditions are in the Netherlands. So all the information about COVID-19 is easily accessible in English. As we said, we are the #1 in English proficiency in Northern Europe. We do suggest social distancing, to wash your hands, of course. However, there's currently no other restrictions. There's no mask requirements, so there's no need to wear a mask anymore in the Netherlands. I often just wear a mask whenever I'm on public transportation, but I'm usually the only one. But yeah, there's pretty much there's no conditions for COVID-19 in the Netherlands right now. So this is where I was going to give some space for our former participants to say a few words, but I don't think they were able to join us today. So yeah, we can go to the next slide.
I was gonna say, if you, just to jump in here, if you are interested in being put in touch with a former alumni from the program, though, we do have a lot of alumni participants who really do want to reach out to you. So feel free to go ahead and give us a email to hsabroad@ciee.org. And we'd be able to put you in touch with an alumni as well. And so you can ask any questions that you might have there, and then they can tell you all about why you should go to the Netherlands yourself. Thanks.
Thank you, Patricia. Okay. So this is the point where I would like to stop speaking and answer any questions that you may have. And for some reason, I don't have, okay, my view, I haven't changed my view. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, please just jump in now. And this is
Yeah.
so I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, this is a picture from last summer, session 1, when we went to the International Criminal Court.
Hi, I have a question. Could you talk about how the college credit works? My son had mentioned something about that. Possible college credit.
Yes, I can actually jump in and answer this one. So we do offer a college credit option for our language and culture programs. So those are our programs that are specifically language designated. So the 2 programs that we have running in Amsterdam will not have the language and culture option, or sorry, the college credit option. Apologies.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
I think Allison has her hand up. No.
One question, a private message that came up to me was that is it possible that the 2 groups might be housed in different locations during the summer?
No, we try to keep the groups together because we like both programs to interact. We don't want 2 separate programs. So often we see students that are on different programs, they're eating together in the cafeteria because the lunch is the same time. Sometimes even the excursions are together. Like if we go to Zanskans, or if we go to the movies, or have a picnic, or biking in the park, both programs are going at the same time. Yeah.
I do. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a quick question. This is Allison.
Hi, Allison.
Thinking about like again, this is a mama talking because I'm on the West Coast, so my daughter's still in class. But thinking about the idea of doing something that is more regimented like this, where you're going to classes and stuff, versus a language and cultural immersion. How do you see them comparing? I know it's not really apples to apples, but that idea of that experience as a high schooler because those are mostly homestays, the cultural ones, correct? Versus a hostel stay.
I can sort of jump in here, Tamisha, and then you can add what you have to say because you can speak to Amsterdam. I'm based in the United States, so I'm not running one of these programs. But yes, most of our language and culture programs, our goal is for them to be placed in homestays, and a big part of that is so that students can have the authentic experience, really utilizing the language, not just in the classroom setting, but actually with a homestay family and participating in daily life activities. The outcomes for a lot of our theme-based programs, those that aren't language and culture, might have a different objective, so that the actual course itself is conducted in English. So the experience there is more to learn about the topics in the context that they're being presented in. So in this case of Amsterdam, it'd be world governance or sustainable city management in that kind of case. Do you have more to add to that?
Yeah, I was just going to say that they do get a lot of culture. Even though the instructor will be American, the coordinator might be American, and a lot of English will be spoken to them. They do get the 6 to 9 hours of Dutch language instruction. We do bring them out into the community. They go to the markets, they meet with locals, so they do have that sort of cultural exchange. That's something that's really important in that way, yeah. How many students do you anticipate for world governance? Ooh, that's a good question. I am not sure. Last year, we had 3 sessions. First session, we had 21 or 22 students. Second session, we had 40 students. In the third session, we had 14. So that was 3 sessions. over 60 students. We only had 2 sessions this year, so I would love to see at least 60, 30 each session, but not sure at this point. You have to apply. Yeah. Any other questions? Can you take this, Patricia?
Yeah, so the scholarships, yes, that is a great question. So we do offer the Global Navigator Scholarship for our summer program. So that's the type of scholarship out there. When a student starts their application, they either start an application for the Global Navigator Scholarship, which is a merit and need-based scholarship, or they can apply for a program and opt for a merit-only scholarship. Merit-only scholarships cover 10% of the total program tuition. Merit and need will also have an additional component to that based on needs. So you're going to have to submit documents, like, for example, like tax forms for and stuff in order to do the need portion of that scholarship. So students can apply for that. Otherwise, students are also welcome to directly enroll to the program if they're not looking for a scholarship option. That's also available as well. Does that help answer your question, Evie? And I do want to point out, if any of you are looking for application help or just more information on the scholarship in particular, tomorrow we will be offering tomorrow a HSSA general summer program information session, and also an application workshop the following day as well, to kind of go through those tasks as well, to really highlight what needs to be completed and what needs to be done for you. And just so you know, the scholarship deadline is January 18th. So you've got some time, but the sooner you get to it, the better, because we do have a teacher recommendation portion of it, and you should give your teachers some time to work on it.
Okay. Thank you, Alicia. Any other questions? We can go to the next slide really quickly, Patricia. So I just wanted to mention that if you fill out your application by December 1st, there's a chance that you're able to fly for free. So your name will be placed in the raffle. And so that's something to think about as you're preparing your application. Also, if you know of an alumnus that graduated from the program and they send you a link, you will save $200 on the program. Also, there's a general information session Patricia mentioned with alumni tomorrow at 8 p.m. And all the links and sessions and registration links can be found on the CIEE website. Someone asked another question about, can you apply for more than one program and destination?
Yeah.
I think that's yes. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
To give some clarification to your question, Alexandra, if you are applying for the Global Navigator Scholarship application, you can only apply for one. So you can only get the scholarship for one of the programs that you apply to. So if you want to travel during session 1 and session 2, you would have to directly enroll into one of those programs. You're also welcome to do 2 programs. You could directly enroll in session 1 and then session 2 if you want to be in Amsterdam for session 1 and then go to Korea for session 2. You're welcome to do that. Make sure that that is something you've talked to your parents about first, though. All right. Well, yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much for your presentation. We will be sending out the recording of this to you all as well. And as already mentioned, come join us for additional info sessions or send us an email, HSFRun. We'd be happy to.
Slide really quickly. I'm so
one more.
sorry. One more. And I just wanted that this is the Rijksmuseum. This was a tour with our session 3 students at the Rijksmuseum. And And we just really hope that we can see you over the summer. So, tot ziens, as we say in the Netherlands, which means see you later. Tot ziens.
Tot ziens.
Tot ziens. Take care.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.